Welcome to Foundation Friday. The dedication and covenant of silent unity was signed on December 7th, 1892 by Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, founders of the Unity movement. It is unlikely when they signed this covenant that they had any idea how far-reaching unity would be as it evolved into the church we know and love today. We invite you to join us as we explore and share some of the original ideas, teachings, and writings of the men and women who created the foundation of the Unity Church.
Hi there. Thank you for joining us today for our Foundation Friday series. Today, I'm going to share an article I found on unity.org. It's called How Unity Adopted Eastern Religious Ideas, and this is written by Reverend Eric Page. I hope you enjoy it. On New Year's Eve 1914, a large crowd gathered to dedicate a new Unity Administration building in Kansas City, Missouri. Bundled in heavy winter coats, the people stood in the dark street before two giant limestone columns. Myrtle and Charles Fillmore, Unity co-founders, watched as handwritten blessings from around the world were added to the cornerstone. At midnight, the crowd saw electric lights illumine the dark structure as the ring of chimes ended the silence. A foundation must begin with a great idea. Charles Fillmore addressed how a foundation must begin with a great idea. The analogy of the structure was appropriate, as his speech described how Unity's Christianity was built on the right concept of God as spirit. Today, the international unity movement is sometimes described as a positive, practical, progressive approach to Christianity. Its spiritual communities and publications utilize the Bible, Jesus' teachings, and prayer. Unity honors the universal principles in all religions, encouraging the practice of meditation and spiritual growth. Given their early biographies, the unorthodox religious leadership of the Fillmores seems an unlikely prospect. From birth, Myrtle Fillmore, she lived from 1845 to 1931, learned the religious values of the Methodist Episcopal Church her family attended near a small settlement of Pagetown, Ohio. Charles Fillmore, who lived from 1854 to 1948, was born on the Chippewa Indian Reservation near St. Cloud, Minnesota, where his father worked as a government official with the tribe. Charles was largely self-educated and learned Christianity through self-interest rather than regular attendance. When Charles and Myrtle were married in 1881, they began exploring their personal theologies together, particularly a new religious lay movement known as New Thought. These groups explored progressive Christian perspectives based on Jesus' teaching. Eastern spiritual ideas were also especially popular with New Thought folks, leading the Fillmores to explore the ideas of mysticism and spiritual evolution. Mysticism combines different forms of belief and may attempt to synthesize the disparate ideas or practices. It's the experience of direct communion with the ultimate reality. Mystics report direct knowledge of God and spiritual truths through subjective means like intuition. Spiritual evolution involves the consciousness unfolding, developing, and changing. Three key sources indicate the influential books that the Fillmores read. The first source is the Fillmore's inventory of books they sold through the first issue of Modern Thought, published in April 1889. It advertised 109 books and 94 pamphlets, which they sold from their one-room office in a downtown Kansas City office building. The strongest emphasis among the works was on Christian Science. The inventory also included Eastern-themed texts, such as the Yoga Philosophy, Legends of the Theories of Buddhists, and the Light of Asia. The second source is the Fillmore Family Book Collection, today housed in the Unity Library and Archives at Unity Village. Its 87 books represent the family's interest in history, religion, and literature, including transcendentalists. The full contents of the original library are unknown. The third source is a list of 7 pamphlets based on his American lectures for sale by Swami Vivekananda in the July 1st, 1897 issue of Unity magazine. Many people influenced the Fillmores, particularly New Thought teachers like Emma Curtis Hopkins, Annie Ritz Multix, and R.C. Douglas. The Fillmores teachers are all Americans who shared their fascination with Eastern philosophy. And there is no great Asian pilgrimage in the Fillmores' lives. And in fact, during the first 40 years of their organization, they rarely even left Kansas City. They managed a family life and administered an ever-growing religious structure. In September 1893, they did attend the Parliament of World Religions held at the Columbia Exposition in Chicago. It was the Parliament of World Religions that Swami Vivekananda considered a key figure in the introduction of Hindu philosophies and interfaith awareness to America, spoke of religious tolerance and universal acceptance. From there, Unity founders joined other groups in challenging the widespread understanding of the divine. While today, the idea of one God expressed in different religions is especially popular, the notion was relatively new when the Fillmores began their quest. Unity is still benefiting from positive practical concepts from Eastern religions. Today, we live in a religiously diverse nation. Through its embrace of mysticism and spiritual evolution, Unity continues to demonstrate how listening and honoring a variety of spiritual practices benefits our world. What a fun history on how Unity embraces Eastern philosophies. We hope you've enjoyed the sharing of this article. Before you go, I'd like you to remember that you matter. You are sacred, and you are so, so very loved. Namaste.
Thank you for joining us, and let's stay connected and grow in spirit. We are on Facebook. Search for Unity Church of El Cajon and follow us and like our posts. You can reach us on YouTube at Unity Church of El Cajon. Please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, and leave comments which can help us improve. We are on the web at unityofelcajon.org. Email or call our church office to receive our weekly newsletters, which lists all of our activities and opportunities to learn and grow together.